Beautiful. All right, yogis. So, before we get started, as usual, I recommend a book or a block or something that's a nice shape that can bring the earth a little closer to you. You might like to sit on it as well, just to help to prop the hips up. It just makes some shapes a little more comfortable. You also might like to grab, particularly if your house or your apartment is chilly, a blanket and or a cushion. All of these extras are very optional, so you don't need to have them, but it might feel nice, so feel free. And then I think we'll get started. So we're going to begin in a seat for today's practice. So you might like to use your book or your cushion or both, maybe the cushion on top of the book, to find a comfortable seated position. And you can either sit with the legs crossed, you can sit in a kneeling shape, whatever feels nicest for you. And we'll begin now, so if you're choosing to play the music, just gently press play whenever you're ready. And then find a nice tall spine, get nice and grounded through the sit bones. Gently blink the eyes to close as you feel ready to. Let's draw the shoulders up, back and down. And together we'll just take a nice big inhale breath. And a clearing exhale. One more just like that. Big breath in. Really let it go. And you'll just allow yourself to rebound back into your own organic rhythm of breath. And we'll just start to just give ourselves these first few moments to kind of leave the rest of the day behind and leave any plans that you might have ahead to the side. And start to just arrive into the present moment. To be honest, I really hated it when teachers said that because I didn't really know how to. So if you're feeling in a similar way, just find a little bit of space and quiet, and it really helps to have the eyes closed and to start to observe the space around you. So we'll do it together. Find a nice slow and steady rhythm of breath. And just start to draw your attention to the area around where you're sitting. You might notice the temperature of the room, the feeling of the sit bones grounded to the earth, the spine nice and tall. Notice here the sounds that you can hear. So no need to label them, but just hear them and acknowledge them. You might notice perhaps things that you can smell or even faintly taste. And finally, we'll just check in physically with ourselves. So noticing how the body itself is feeling. You might be feeling a little tired, and that's totally cool. Me too. You might be feeling a little tired, or perhaps you're feeling energetic, you're feeling good today. Again, with no labels, no good, bad, right or wrong, just allow yourself to feel what's going on in the body. Knowing that whatever we move through in this practice, again, is not good, not bad, not right, not wrong. Just allow yourself to feel it, to move through it, to breathe through it. Let's just take a couple of breaths together before we get moving. Take a deep inhale for 4, 3, 2, pausing at the top. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, empty at the bottom. Breathing in for 4, for 3, 2, pausing at the top. and out for 4, 3, 2, empty at the bottom. Last time, breathe in for 4, for 3, for 2, pause, and out for 4, 3, 2, empty. Nice and gently, let's blink open the eyes. Let the eyes adjust to the space around you. Draw the shoulders up, back and down, and then we'll inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. Get nice and tall through the spine. Exhale to bring the left fingertips down beside you. Reach the right arm up and over for the opposite side of the room. Good, just one big breath in here. Big breath out. Inhale takes you back through center, nice and slow. Bringing the right hand down, left arm travels up and over. Big breath in, fill up. And a big breath out to let go. Inhale takes you back through center. Let's reach out through both arms here. Get nice and tall. And then exhale, bring the arms to a 90-degree angle. So we're going to cactus through the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift through the chest. Good, inhale, breath, reach up, grow nice and tall. And then exhale, cactus again. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift up a little through the center of the heart. Cool. Now from here, we're going to find what's called our eagle wrap arms. So I'd like you to wrap your left arm underneath your right, so you're crossing over. And then from here, you can either bind the hands so the palms come to touch, or if that's feeling really not for you, bring the hands to the shoulders like you're giving yourself a big cuddle. From there, start to draw the elbows and forearms up and away from the face for a breath in. Exhale to curl it under, rounding through the spine. Just one more like that. Inhale, breath, lift up, reach up. And then exhale, curl it under, rounding through the spine. Good. Inhale, breath draws the spine back to neutral. Let's unravel the arms, reach up nice and tall. And then exhale, cactus and open the heart. Now from here, we'll simply switch it over. So the right arm wraps underneath the left this time, either looking to touch the palms or grab a hold of opposite shoulders. Inhale, lift up, find a little bit of space and length. And then exhale, curl it underneath. Good, really round through the spine, spread the shoulder blades. One more time like that. Breathe in, lift up, lengthen. And exhale to round through the spine, curl it underneath. Good. Nice and gently, draw yourself back into center. Unravel through the arms. And if you're not already in a cross-legged seat, make your way there now. And I'd like you to find a really loose cross of the legs. So you're going to bring your front shin forward. So it's just about parallel with the top of the mat. And your shins are going to make kind of like an equal sign. So they're almost parallel with each other. Just a nice loose cross of the legs. Bring the hands to the tops of the shins, breathe in deeply, grow a little taller. And then as you exhale, leave the chest, start to walk the fingertips forward and find a nice gentle stretch through the hip and glute of the leg that is forward or is in front. And here, if you're not feeling too much, I'd like you to bring the feet across a little bit so that they're in line with the knees and then fold in again. And you can even take a little walk of the hands from side to side, getting a little bit curious about where it feels good for you, where you might have a nice little sweet spot there. Good, let's take one more full breath in, full breath out. Beautiful, guiding yourself back into center. If you're sitting up on any props, you might like to remove them from here, just for ease as we move through the next couple of shapes. Tap the fingertips behind you. Bring the legs out in front so you're keeping a bend into the knees. Feet will ground down. Rest back into your hands and start to windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. So finding a little bit of looseness through the hips and a bit of a gentle twist through the spine. Let's just take one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently, let's make our way back to that cross-legged seat position, but have the opposite shin in front. So find that nice loose cross of the legs, maybe shuffling the feet across so they're in line with the knees, and making sure that the front shin is just about parallel with the top of the mat. Hands to the knees, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, we can lean forward in your mount, finding a little bit of a stretch through the opposite side, glute or hip. So whichever leg is forward on this side. And just like before, you might like to creep the hands from side to side. Just noticing if there's an area that you find a nice deep stretch. Good, just one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently, let's guide ourselves back into center. We'll find tabletop position from here. So either sweeping the legs to one side or rolling over the shins. Turn yourself around to stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Inhale, breath, dip the belly and draw the chest and heart space open. Exhale, breath, round through the spine, tucking your chin towards your chest. Just once more like that. Inhale, breath, dip the belly, draw the chest and heart forward. And exhale, breath, round through the spine, drawing chin to chest. Good. Nice and gently come back to a neutral spine, so that place in between. And I'd like you to turn your hands or your fingers out to face the sides of the mat. So the thumbs are pointing towards the top of the mat. From here, we're going to draw nice big circles through the chest. So you're shifting your weight forward, to the left, back, to the right, taking nice big circles through the body and starting to lubricate up through the wrist joints and the shoulder joints. Good, take a couple of rounds and then start to switch it up, taking it the other way, nice and slow. Being really mindful of the way that you move, of the way that it feels. Maybe adjusting the position of the hands if you think a wider stance might feel better. Or even a narrower stance. Let's just take one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently, let's turn the hands or the fingers back to face the knees. You might find this is quite strong. So the closer the hand is towards the knee, the less intense it will be. Otherwise, your wrists are underneath your shoulders, just like tabletop position. So find a positioning that feels good. You're still spreading the fingers nice and wide. And then from here, cat-cow. Inhale, dip the belly, heart forward. And exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. Let's just do one more like that. Inhale, breath, dip the belly, heart forward. And exhale, breath, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. Good. Nice and gently back to neutral. You'll carefully turn your fingers back to face the top of the mat. And then from here, I'd like you to tuck all 10 toes underneath and start to walk your hands back towards your knees, taking a nice juicy stretch through the soles of the feet. You might even reach back and tuck your pinky toe underneath as well, if it's missing out on the party. And it might feel like it's quite strong enough, keeping the hands down to the earth. This is where you can stay. If you'd like a little more, you can begin to walk the hands up to rest on top of the thighs, so the shoulders stack over the hips, nice and tall through the spine. Good. Now, if you don't do this very often, it's likely to be a little strong. So please feel free to give yourself a little support, but also don't be afraid of the sensation. We're breaking up into that strong and tight fascia that builds up over, I don't know, a whole lifetime of wearing shoes. So it's not an easy thing to break into. We're just going to spend just a couple more breaths here. So offer yourself support if you need it with the hands, but know that we can also support ourselves with the ease of our breath. Let's take 3 big breaths together. Breathe in and out. Twice more in and out. Last big breath in and out. Beautiful. Nice and gently make your way down and back to your tabletop. Let's gently untuck the toes and pat out the tops of your feet. Might sound like a little mini round of applause. And then looking down at your hands, let's spread the fingers nice and wide, gripping into the fingertips super firmly so we're active through the hands. Tuck the toes. Press through the upper back to lift the knees and send the hips up and back to our very first downward facing dog. And take a couple of breaths in your down dog just to pedal a little through the legs. to welcome in a little bit of space in the hamstrings. It's likely to feel a little sticky if this is the first time you've moved this way today. Making sure that we're keeping a nice, strong connection to our fingertips. So if you find you get a little bit of wrist pain in your yoga practice, getting strong and active hands and forearms is how we combat that. So if you look forward, can you notice if your fingers are spread as far apart as you can? And if they're not, can you spread them? And then grip into the fingertips super firmly, like you're a little cat trying to claw into your mat. Let's just take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Nice and gently walk the hands to the back of the mat. Let's meet our feet in our forward fold. Feet will land about hip width apart, and you can take a nice generous bend into the knees here, particularly if you feel it pulling on your low back. Let's grab a hold of opposite elbows into ragdoll, and I'd like you to release any tension through the head and neck. So if you find you're looking down at the mat straight in front of you, can you shift your gaze towards your knees? And then take a little shake of the head, no, little nod, yes, find some space. One more big breath in. Release the arms, breath out. Nice and gently we'll roll to stand. Keep a soft bend in your knees as you arrive at the top. Reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. Let's pause here. Draw the belly in and do your best to keep the hips facing forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, left arm travels forward, right arm travels back for a standing twist. Hips stay facing straight ahead. Good. Inhale back through center, grow nice and tall. Exhale other way, right arm forward, left arm back. So we're twisting through the upper back, but hips stay centered. Inhale back through center. Pause here, palms touch, squeeze your butt, draw your belly in, lengthen. And then exhale to fold forward, nice soft bend in the knees as we make our way back to Uttanasana. Now from here, slide your fingertips to your shins. Inhale to straighten the arms and bring your chest parallel to the earth, a halfway lift. We draw our shoulders back. Exhale to fold deeply in half. Let's do that twice more with breath. Fingertips to shins, straighten the arms, take a big breath in, squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, fold deeply. Last time, big breath in, bring the chest to parallel, and then exhale, fold in half. Nice and slowly, we'll walk out to our high plank. One handprint at a time, shoulders stack above our wrists. I'd like you to press the ground away firmly, and then gently and softly lower the knees down and untuck your toes. Now notice if the butt is shifting back, I'd like you to shift your weight forward so the shoulders stack over the wrists. And we're trying our best to make our shoulders, hips, and knees find one straight line. So squeezing your butt, drawing your belly up and in, and pressing the ground away through the palms. Take a big inhale breath. Exhale, shift a little forward, hug the elbows in and lower all the way to the belly. Let the elbows graze the rib cage as you get there. Press the tops of the feet down firmly. Slide the fingertips off of the sides of your mat. So we've just put our fingertips down. Tops of the feet are pressing firmly. You're squeezing your butt. Inhale, breath. Lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, our rolling cobra. And exhale to soften all the way down. Twice more, nice and fluidly, moving with breath. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower all the way down. Last time, big breath in, lift up, find space. And exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Slide back gently to find child's pose, Balasana. Big toes touch, knees wide, hips sink down towards the heels. And as you allow the chest to sink down a little more towards the earth, allow the forehead to land down and perhaps take a gentle roll of the forehead from side to side. Give yourself a little massage. Good, just a big inhale breath. Relaxing through the shoulders, exhale. Beautiful. Nice and gently as you're ready, we'll press ourselves to a tabletop position. So your shoulders will stack over your wrists and your hips will stack above your knees. From there, keeping the left hand planted, inhale breath, reach the right fingertips nice and high, peel open. And then exhale to dive the right arm underneath the left. So I'm threading the right arm underneath my left arm. I'm letting the side of my head relax to the mat. And I might keep my left hand underneath my shoulder for a bit of support. But you can also creep the left hand to the top corner of your mat, pressing into the palm to roll a little bit onto your right shoulder, onto your right side. You should feel this opening up through the right shoulder and a little bit through the upper back, as well as finding a nice juicy twist here. Let's just find one more breath in, one more breath out. Carefully, left hand under the left shoulder. Press the ground away to unthread the right arm. We want to reach it nice and high, peel open, pause here, and then reach the right arm forward for the front of the mat. So our thumb is pointing up and we're reaching straight ahead. From here, your left leg will extend back behind you, nice and slow. Good. Now draw the belly in, that's going to keep you stable and strong. Can you reach a little further and take a breath in? Exhale, draw your right elbow to your left knee. Curl it under, make it touch. And then inhale to send it back. Good. Just twice more. Knee to elbow, curl it in. Inhale will send you back strong. Last time, knee to elbow, curl it in, make it touch. Inhale to extend out, beautiful. Keep the left leg extending, land the right hand down to the mat, and then I'd like you to land the left foot to the back of the mat, keeping the legs straight. You're going to ground the foot down to the earth as you spin your right shin to the right. Left fingertips reach to the ceiling in a supported side plank. So our left foot is grounded to the back of the mat. Our right knee is under our right hip, and our right wrist is underneath our right shoulder. In this shape, we can find a nice, juicy side stretch by pressing down through the back foot firmly and beginning to reach the top arm forward for the front of the room, pressing the ground away and lifting up through the side waist. Let's just take one more breath in, one more breath out. Now I'd like you to come out the way you came in. So let's start by placing the left hand down to the mat. Spin the right shin in, back where it started, and spin onto the ball of the left foot. So our left leg is extended, but the ball of the foot is down. From there, spread the fingers nice and wide, grip into the fingertips, press the ground away to lift the right leg up off the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Feet will land hip width apart from each other. Hands are grounded, fingers are spread nice and wide. Good. Press the ground away firmly. We've got nice strong shoulders here. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale to raise the right leg nice and high. Find your three-legged dog. Drive through the heel firmly and see if you can guide the left heel down to the earth any amount. Take a big breath in. Exhale, draw your right knee to your right elbow. Draw it in, make it touch. And then inhale, send it up and back, three-legged dog. Well done. This time, right knee, right elbow once again, but we're simply going to step the foot just outside of the right hand. So it might not land quite there. If it doesn't, I'd like you to shuffle the foot forward, making sure that the knee is stacking over the ankle. And then let's gently lower our back knee down. Let's flex the right toes nice and firmly. So flexing means you're pulling the toes up towards the knee. And then start to roll on the knife edge blade of the right foot. So as we open up through the hip here, our ankle is staying nice and tight. Keep that flex of the foot. Right hand finds the right thigh, so we can peel back our top shoulder and allow the hips to sink down a little more. This is called our open lizard lunge. Now, if you feel quite nice here, I don't know if nice is the right word. If you feel good here, if you want to stay here, please feel free If you'd like to explore a deeper variation of this shape, we can take it step by step. The right arm can reach up and back towards the back of the mat. You can stay there or begin to bend into your left knee, hugging the heel in towards you. Now this is going to be quite a big quad stretch, so you might just hold the heel there, working on the strength of your hamstring to keep it there. Or perhaps if the hand can find the foot, hold onto it, peel back the top shoulder. So it doesn't matter whereabouts you are in this shape, I'd like you to hold, stay and breathe. One more breath in, one more breath out. Well done, nice and gently. Release the foot if you've got it. Let's all guide the right knee back into center. So we ground our right foot down firmly. Let's ground down both of our palms, tuck the back toes underneath and pick up the back knee. Ground your back foot down so it's planted and walk your hands to the left. You're going to arrive in a wide-legged forward fold. I'm going to spin around so my butt's not in your face. Toes are turning in a little bit, heels are turning out. If you feel like the ground is just a little far away, grab your book and place it underneath the hands. Give yourself a little bit of lift and support here. But what I'd like you to think about doing is maybe starting to bend and straighten into one leg at a time and exploring how it would feel to open up into the sticky inner seam of the thighs here. It can be a tricky place to get to. Relaxing through the shoulders, and it's going to be tempting to shift all the way back to the heels. Can you see if you can keep equal weight through the whole foot? Let's just take one more breath in, one more breath out. Well done, nice and gently. Start to walk yourself back to the top of your mat, framing your right foot. Spin onto the ball of the back foot and then lower your back knee down. Inhale breath, let's reach the arms up and overhead, finding our low lunge Anjaneyasana. Pressing through the front foot to lift up, squeeze the left glute on the left butt cheek, and then sink a little deeper, opening up through the chest and the center of the heart. Good. Let's just take one more breath in, one more breath out. Nice and gently begin to straighten the front leg, shifting the hips back to stack over the back knee. Hands can find the earth, or they might rest on top of your block. You can keep as much of a bend in the front knee as you like, as long again as we're staying active through the front foot. So the toes are flexed towards the knee, the ankle is tight, and then you're allowing yourself to fold forward any amount. Let's just take one more big inhale breath. Steady exhale. Gently, we'll rebend into the front knee. Pop any blocks or books that you use to one side. Tuck the back toes under. Pick up the back knee. Let's look forward and slowly step to the top of the mat. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Halfway lift. Bring the fingertips to the shins. Bring the chest parallel to the earth. And then exhale, fold deeply in half. Inhale, rise to stand. Press the ground away to reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. And exhale, hands draw into heart center. Good. Give yourself just a moment of pause here to re-arrive back into the moment. There was a lot of different movements there, a lot of different directions. So see if you can allow the alignment cues and all of that stuff to kind of go away, to shift to one side and just drop into how the body feels here. Maybe you notice the right side feeling a little different to the left side of the body. Let's just take one more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale to sweep the arms up and overhead, grow nice and tall. Exhale to fold forward, nice soft knees, back to your forward fold. Take a halfway lift, fingertips to shins, draw the chest forward. Exhale, fold deeply in half. Good. Hands will land down. Step back to your high plank position. Now you can either lower the knees down, just like we did before, or keep them lifted, pressing the ground away. Inhale, breath will all shift forward. Hug the elbows in. Let the elbows graze the rib cage as you lower all the way to the belly. Now I'd like you to untuck your toes, press the tops of the feet down firmly, and then slide your thumbs back a little so they're in line with your low ribs. You're hugging the elbows in, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then inhale, press lightly into the palms to lift the chest any amount, your low cobra. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Good. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, low cobra, shoulder blades squeeze, chest lifts. Exhale to lower all the way down. Maybe this time you float the hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Maybe hands float, squeezing the shoulder blades, use the whole back body. And then lower all the way down to the belly. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders, slide back gently to Balasana, your child's pose. Hips to heels, fingertips reach out in front. Taking a big inhale breath. And a soothing exhale. Good, let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently. Pressing ourselves forward, we find that tabletop position again. So our shoulders are above our wrists, hips are above our knees. Keeping the right hand grounded this time. Inhale, breath will peel the left fingertips open, reach nice and high. And then exhale to dive the left arm underneath the right. So my palm is facing up. I'm threading my left arm underneath my right, and I'm literally laying on the side of my face and allowing the left shoulder and upper arm to ground down. Now you can keep the right hand where it is. I like to creep it forward to the top of the mat so I can press into the palm and roll a little more back onto the left shoulder, which is going to offer you a deeper twist and more of an opening through the upper back. Let's just take one more big breath in here. Big breath out. Nice and gently. Right hand back under right shoulder. Press the ground away to unravel the arms. Reach the left arm nice and high. And then start to reach it forward. Draw the belly in and up. The thumb will point up towards the ceiling. Find your stability here. And then slowly, slowly does it. Extend the right leg back behind you. Now your belly button draws in and up. Your low ribs draw towards your hip bones. Take an inhale to reach a little further. And then exhale, draw the elbow to the knee. Round the spine, just like our angry cat shape. Inhale, extend it out. Find that space and length. And then exhale, curl it under. Knee taps the elbow. Inhale to extend, and then curl it under, final time, knee to elbow, good. Now this time, extend it out nice and long, keep the right leg extending, and land the left hand down to the mat. Now you're going to ground the right foot to the back of the mat, and then gently spin the left shin to the left. So it's acting like a bit of a kickstand here. So we can keep our left hand down, and peel our right fingertips open into supported side plank. Feel free to adjust this if you need to. We want to make sure our left wrist is under our shoulder, our left knee is approximately underneath the hip, and that we're grounding down firmly through the back foot. From there, reach the top arm forward for the front of the room, press through the bottom palm to lift up through the sideways, almost like you're creating a bit of a rainbow shape with the body to find a nice, juicy side stretch. One more breath in. One more breath out. Well done. Nice and gently we come out the way we came in, step by step. Right hand lands down first. Spin the left shin back to the center as you roll onto the ball of the back foot. Now look down at the hands, spread the fingers nice and wide, press the ground away through the upper back to lift the left knee up off the mat and step back to your downward facing dog position. Hips go up and back. Amazing work, guys, looking really good. Now spread the fingers nice and wide, press the ground away firmly, keep a soft bend into the knees to tilt the tailbone upward. Take a big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, let's send the left leg nice and high for three-legged dog. driving through the heel. Take a big breath in, just one time. Left knee to the left elbow. Can you bring your shoulders forward over your wrists? And then inhale, send it up and back. Well done. This time, left knee, left elbow. To slowly step the left foot just outside of the left hand. Remember, it's a big step, so if you didn't quite make it, shuffle the foot forward, making sure our left knee is over our ankle. Lower the back knee down, and we're going to make our way to this open lizard lunge shape. So looking at your left foot, I'd like you to flex your toes super firmly so you can roll onto the knife edge blade of the left foot. Left toes flex towards the knee so the ankle stays tight. Right hand under the shoulder, left hand to left thigh to invite in a gentle twist. Now remember, you can stay here. If you wanted to explore that more challenging or more deeper opening shape, our twisted monkey, remember you can take it step by step. Left arm will begin to reach up and back for the back of the mat. You can stay there. You might start to bend into the back knee, hugging the heel in towards you. Again, you can stay here, working the strength of the hamstring. If the hand finds the foot, kick into it gently to peel back the top shoulder. And wherever you are, take a big breath in and a big breath out. Nice and gently, let's guide ourselves back to our palms. Ground down the left foot so you can tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, ground the back foot down and walk your hands to the right, to the center of the mat, arriving in this wider forward fold, our straddle forward fold. Remembering maybe you're placing a block or a book underneath the hands. Turn the toes in a little, turn the heels out, take a halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, fold in deeply. So you can choose to pause here to take a couple of breaths in a little bit of stillness. Or if you liked it before and finding a little bit of movement, you can begin to bend and straighten again into one leg at a time. You might find this time you're able to go a little bit deeper. So feel free to stay still, to find movement. It's your choice. For one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently. Let's walk our hands back to the top of the mat, framing our left foot. Lower the back knee down gently, and then find low lunge by reaching the arms up and overhead, Anjaneyasana. Now I'd love for you to hug the front heel towards the back knee. Find this sense of lift as the right glute, the right butt cheek squeezes on. Notice if that starts to open a little more through the front of the right hip. And then allow the extension of the arms reaching overhead to grow your spine nice and tall. But notice if you can soften the space between your shoulders and your ears. Let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. To find half Hanuman, or half splits. Start to straighten the front leg, shift the hips back, and land the hands down to the ground. Remembering that we can use any props that we like, that we can keep as much of a bend in the front knee as we like, anything that we need to allow this shape to feel better in our bodies and to open up more space in a way that is authentically yours. Let the shoulders relax, let the jaw soften, but keep the toes flexed and the ankle tight. Let's just take one more breath in, one more breath out. Nice and gently re-bend into the front knee. Sweep the arms overhead, a big inhale to find length. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes under, pick up the back knee, look forward, and slowly step your right foot up to the top of the mat. Good. Halfway lift, bring the chest parallel, breathe in. And then exhale, fold deeply in half. Inhale, we'll rise to stand. Press through both feet as you stand up, reach up, look up, palms touch. It's time to fold forward straight away, soft bend into the knees as you hinge from the hip. Good. Take a halfway lift, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands Step back to high plank just for a moment. Shoulders stack above the wrist. Take a big breath in. Exhale to lower the knees down. Walk the hands in and land the hips to the heels, arriving in a kneeling seat, Alvarasana. From here, inhale breath, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale to sweep the arms back down behind you and find a clasp with the hands behind the back. So suction the palms together, draw the shoulders back and down. You can keep a bend in the elbows, or you can start to straighten through the arms any amount to lift a little more through the center of the chest. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Good, stay for just one more. And releasing, exhale. Release the grip, let the shoulders roll up, back and down. Find your way to tabletop position, wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Inhale, breath, dip the belly, draw the heart forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. Keep this angry cat shape. Spread the fingers nice and wide, press the ground away. Tuck the toes, hover the knees just an inch off the ground. Draw the belly in towards the spine. Take one more breath in. Downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. Good. Just take a little pedal through the legs here. A big inhale and a steady exhale breath. Come high onto the tippy toes. Bend the knees, look forward, and start to walk your way to the top of the mat. Little baby steps. Arriving in a forward fold. Feet land hip width apart. Ground down through both of your feet. Let's slowly rise to stand. Rolling up through the spine. Reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. And then nice and gently draw your hands to heart center. Good. From here, I'd like you to shift your weight gently into your right foot. The left knee will draw up and in towards the chest. Now, if you're finding this a little shaky, feel free to place the hand on a wall or set your focus straight ahead on a point that's not moving. Take a big breath in. Exhale, slowly step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. How slowly can you do it? Arriving there, I'd like you to sweep the arms back behind you. Keep the chest leaning forward. This is our arrowhead pose. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Good. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, crescent lunge. All you're going to do is lift the torso, reach the arms up, and take a soft micro bend in the back knee. Just one breath in here, one breath out. Good, to warrior two. Ground the back foot down and then open the arms out to a T. You want to stack the front knee over the ankle and then draw it a little to the right. Feel the hips open up as you strengthen through the back leg. Take one more breath in. Sink a little deeper on your breath out. Good. Inhale, flip the front palm, left hand to left thigh, straighten the front leg to reach up and back, our reverse triangle. Good. To rebend the front knee back into warrior two. From here, lean forward. Take a breath in to reach forward as far as you can. And then gently place the right forearm to the right thigh. Left arm travels either straight up to the ceiling or up and over for the front of the room, like we did in that supported side plank shape. The back leg is strong, the belly is drawing in, and we're rotating the chest upwards. This is our side angle pose. Let's just take one more breath in, one more breath out. Nice and gently, reverse triangle. So out the way we came in, we straighten the front leg, we reach up and back, we take a big inhale breath. Exhale to windmill, both hands down to the ground. I'd like you to frame your front foot and spin onto the ball of your back foot. Land the left hand down to the ground and start to peel the right fingertips open into our simple twist. Good. Fire up the back leg, so we're strong through that back leg. Take one more breath in, one more breath out. Gently lower the back knee down. Draw the belly button in and up. I'd like you to keep this shape of the arms So we're keeping the arms wide to a T, but we're going to gently lift the torso up. So the left arm reaches forward, the right arm reaches back behind you. Yes, good. Draw the belly in. One more inhale. One more exhale. Bringing the right hand either to the right hip or place the right hand to the back of the left thigh. Start to reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. Find a little bit of extension here. Good. One more breath in. One more breath out. Well done, yogis. Look forward. Look at your front thigh. I'd like you to lean forward and hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Hands will come to prayer into our hook twist. Good. So we've really got a nice tight hook of the left elbow over our right thigh. And with our hands at prayer, we're taking a big breath in to lengthen through the spine, and then we're pressing through the palms to deepen the twist. You got it. Just one more breath in. One more breath out. If you're feeling super strong here and you'd like a challenge, I'd like you to keep your twist, tuck the back toes, and lift the back knee, firing up the back leg. If that's not for you today, stay here for one more breath in. If the back knee is lifted, keep it there. We all release the twist, hands land down to frame the front foot. If the back knee is still on the ground, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, look forward, and step to the top of the mat for all of us. Forward fold. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Nice and gently, we roll to stand. Take your time to reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch, and then draw hands to heart center. Good. Again, just a moment here to feel into it. I know it can get confusing when we move through different planes, when the top knee is lifted and then it's lowered and there's things going on with the arms. So see if you can release all the alignment cues, everything that we just did, and simply drop into the way that you feel. This feeling of energy in the body, this feeling of space, this feeling of strength that you're building, of stability, of stamina, of endurance, of trusting and backing yourself. Let's take one more inhale. Clear and exhale. Nice and gently, we'll shift our weight into our left foot. Take your time. And then draw the right knee towards the chest. Again, if it's a little bit wobbly, feel free to grab a wall or grab something close by. Or have a look at it in front, pick a spot that's not moving and keep looking there. Slowly, we step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat, finding that arrowhead shape. So let the right toes land, keep the chest leaning forward and sweep the arms back behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Take a big breath in, stay breath out. Inhale nice and gently for crescent lunge. You can take your time, let the arms reach up and overhead. Take a soft bend into the back knee and then sink nice and deep into the front knee. Get nice and strong through the legs here. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. So take your time, warrior two. Start by grounding the back foot and then allow the arms to open as the body unravels. You might like to lift up for just a moment if the leg is fatiguing, but then sink down deep into the front knee, stack it over the ankle. Draw your shoulders back and down to open through the chest. One more breath in, one more breath out. Flip the front palm, straighten your front leg, bring the back hand to the back thigh as you reach the front hand up and back for a nice big side stretch before we land back into warrior two. Rebound the front knee, arms to a T. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can. Gently place the left forearm to the left thigh and either reach the right arm straight to the ceiling or begin to reach it forward for the front of the room, bicep next to the ear. Good. Rotate the chest upward, fire up the back leg. Take a big inhale breath and a big exhale. Good, reverse triangle. Press down, straighten the front leg, reach up and back. And then gently we'll windmill both hands down here to frame the front foot. home stretch here, guys. Spin onto the ball of the back foot, and then nice and gently ground the right palm down. Peel the left fingertips open into our simple twist. Take a big breath in and gently lower the back knee down on the breath out. Now, if you found this transition a little tricky, like the lift of the chest a little tricky, I'd like you to come onto the fingertips of the right hand. So you're lifting up and taking a little bit of weight out of the bottom hand already. And then think about drawing the belly in and finding the movement from the strength of your core. As you lift up, pressing through the front foot, right arm travels forward, left arm travels back. Amazing, good job. Left hand either to the left hip or to the back of the right thigh. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Find a little bit of length. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Nice and gently look forward. We're going to hook our right elbow outside of our left thigh. So lean forward, hook the right elbow as deep as you can, and then bring the hands to prayer. Palms will touch. Now, as you press into the palms, I want you to inhale to lengthen through the spine and then press into the palms to find a deeper twist. If you took that lift of the back knee on the other side, I want you to find it now, but take it really slow. Start by tucking the back toes under and then slowly lifting up the back leg, making sure the back leg is supercharged. If you're not going for it, keep the back knee down. Let's all take one more breath in. Exhale to release both hands down to frame the front foot. If the back knee is lowered, tuck the back toes and lift it up. Let's look forward, top of the mat, stepping it up. Good. Halfway lift for your breath in, folding deeply on your breath out. Now we're going to stay in a forward fold here, yogis. I'd like you to heel toe the feet just a little wider, guiding your hands towards your elbows, finding ragdoll. And just like we did at the beginning of the practice, let the head and neck go just a little bit. Finding a little bit of release and space. If you'd like a deeper variation here, you can look to pistol grip your big toe using your first and second finger. So pistol gripping, if you can see that, first and second finger can wrap around the big toe. And then take a little bend into the knees as you begin to draw the elbows out to the sides and draw the chest towards the thighs. Head and neck relax and release. Let's all just take one more breath in. And one more breath out. Nice and gently, releasing anything that you've got. Let the hands land down to the mat. Softly step the feet back to high plank just for a moment so we can lower the knees down and find a closed knee child's pose. Hips will sink towards the heels, arms will drape behind you, shoulders will relax down towards the earth. And in this closed knee child's pose, we're looking to really spread the shoulder blades apart, sending breath up into the back body. Let's just take one more deep inhale here. And a clearing exhale. Nice and gently. We'll make our way to a comfortable seat. So really take your time, lifting up the chest, shifting the hips to one side and bringing the legs out around in front of you. I'd like you to gently place yourself about halfway down your mat so you've got enough room to come all the way down. Ground down through both of your feet. See if you can come up as high on the sit bones as possible, so a nice tall spine. And then start to reach the arms forward, drawing the belly button in and up. Take a big inhale breath. Exhale nice and slowly rounding through the spine. Take it as slow as you can as we begin to lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. Take your time. Good, arriving gently down together, hugging knees in towards the chest. Take a nice big breath in, big exhale. Softly let the left foot sit down to the earth, so left foot grounds. Find a grip on the back of the right thigh and start to kick the right heel up towards the ceiling, any amount. It doesn't matter how much, and you can keep as much of a bend in the knee as you like. I'd like you to start to draw nice big circles through the ankle, pointing and flexing through the toes and rotating through the ankle joint. Taking it one way for a few times, and then taking it back the other way as you feel ready. Beautiful. Before we release through the hip, so right ankle will place on top of the left thigh. Use the right hand to press the right thigh forward. You can stay there or thread the hands through, finding a grip on the back of the left thigh or the front of the shin, relaxing through the shoulders, and perhaps even shifting your weight just gently to the left. You might find this deepens your stretch. If the head is lifting up off the mat, you might place a block or a book or a cushion underneath so you can relax through the whole body and just enjoy this gentle stretch. Or maybe not so gentle, depending on how the hips are feeling. Let's just take one more breath in. One more breath out. Carefully releasing what you've got. Right foot lands down. Kick the left heel up towards the ceiling. Finding a grip on the back of the left thigh. And start to draw nice big circles through the left ankle. Taking it one way. Taking it the other. Getting out all those little creaks and cracks. And then making your way to reclined figure 4, or reclined pigeon. Left ankle to the top of the right thigh, pressing the left thigh away from you. And then maybe, just maybe, you thread the hands through and find a grip, or you can stay exactly as you are. Definitely big flex through the left toes. Maybe a gentle rock to the right. And if you find that you get a little bit of lower back pain from sitting, this is a really nice stretch to do to release through the muscles that pull on those areas around the low back that tend to seize up and cause us pain and discomfort. So anytime you feel it, feel free to drop down, take a few breaths in the shape. So let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently releasing what you've got. Let the feet land down to the earth, let the arms come wide. We're just going to simply windscreen wipe the knees from side to side, taking a really gentle and fluid twisting movement through the spine, keeping the shoulders grounded to the earth. And we'll start to make our way into Shavasana. Legs will extend nice and long. Arms nice and wide. If you'd rather take Shavasana in a seated meditation, just like the way we began, please feel free. You might use some cushions, some pillows, anything that might feel nice to boost yourself up to feel a little more comfortable here. Creating a little nest for yourself. But do let the eyes close down, let the shoulders relax back and down, and let the body begin to get really heavy. Really relaxed. Take a full and deep breath in. And a clearing exhale breath. And then just like we did right at the beginning of the practice together, allow yourself the space to really be and to feel into the present moment. Starting with imagining the space around you, feeling the air on your skin or the clothes on your skin. Noticing all the sounds that you can hear, things that you can smell or faintly taste. And then for the remainder of this time of stillness together, I'd like you to keep your mind's eye following the breath. Allow that to be an anchor, a focus point to rest your awareness on, without over-analyzing or overthinking. and notice what you feel in your body. So the mind's eye follows the breath, and the senses dive into the felt experience, the energetic aftermath of your yoga practice. No need to overthink it. Just follow the breath and allow yourself to feel. And we keep coming back to the breath. When the mind starts to wander, feel it rise and fall in your belly and your chest like waves on the beach. Gently release any sort of focus, any sort of conscious effort. Let's take a deep breath in together. An easy breath out. If you're feeling pretty chill and you'd like to rest for a bit longer, please feel free. Either just ignore me or switch me off completely and rest in this stillness for as long as you like. If you need to get on with the rest of your day, start to send the breath a little deeper and begin to make small movements through fingers, maybe a gentle roll of the head from side to side. You might twirl through the ankles, twirl through the wrists, before taking a nice big stretch. Making yourself nice and long like you're just waking up for the second time today. And if you're not choosing to rest, you'll join me up in a seat. Take your time to do so though, no rush to arrive. Keeping the eyes closed down or the gaze up. As we meet there together, the hands will draw together at heart center, palms touch into Anjali Mudra. And from wherever we're practicing this afternoon, in living rooms, in bedrooms, in studies, wherever we are in Melbourne, I'd like you to press your thumb tips gently into your chest. Feel a sense of connection, not only to yourself, but to everyone in this group, to where we are all connected in our practice this afternoon. I think it's pretty cool. So let's take a deep breath in to seal it off. A clearing breath out. Before gently bowing our heads, we say to each other, Namaste. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys. Beautiful work. I hope you're feeling good. We did some different sorts of transitions today. So I hope that you managed to follow and it wasn't too much. But I think it can be cool to kind of start to move the body in different ways so the mind doesn't get too relaxed and too comfortable moving in the same way, front to back, side to side.